Hey guys, I'm Cam Chapman, horror aficionado, horror enthusiast, horror fanatic, and today I'm going to be making a video on the Backrooms. So, I feel like creepypastas are kind of underappreciated in the horror genre. In a world of horror films, you got shit like Halloween and Texas Chainsaw, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, all the big classics of horror. I feel like creepypastas don't get enough mention, but honestly, I find creepypastas to be more scary than what we get on the big screen because the thing about most creepypastas is a lot of it is psychological. Like, some of it's kind of straightforward, like about killers and stuff, but a lot of it is very much psychological, where it's mostly like 90% of them, I'd say, is almost like a mindset kind of thing. Like, you have to actually think about it in order for it to be creepy. One of those being the Backrooms. I can't even begin to tell you how much the Backrooms intrigues me, which is why I'm making this video in the first place. Is because I stumbled upon the Backrooms one day, not literally like into the Backrooms, like I found myself in the Backrooms or something, although that'd be kind of awesome but also terrifying at the same time. I just found out about this thing one day and I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. And it's intriguing as hell and scary as shit. So essentially, let me explain what the Backrooms are. The is essentially an endless maze straight from fucking hell, or something like that, because it's like the rooms just go on and on forever. A doorway leads to another doorway. A hallway leads to another hallway, which leads to another door. That door leads to another hallway and another door. This continues on and on, but the thing is, not only is it because of the sense of loneliness and dread of not knowing what's in any of these rooms or what you're going to find, or, if there even is anything there. What if you're just alone and you're just wandering through this maze straight from the hell and you just don't know. You're just so lost and alone and every room looks exactly the same. You're going to go fucking insane. So it's like, again, it's like a very psychological thing. The shit gets in your head and that's what scares you. But also, in the Backrooms, you're definitely, as crazy as this sounds, you're not alone. There's entities in the back room and they want you dead. And they will stop at nothing until they get you. And honestly, I really, in all my times of studying the back rooms and watching videos and hearing stories and just reading up on everything, I honestly don't know what's scariest. Having nothing in the back rooms, just being complete blank rooms that you just wander through forever, or having entities in there that chase you around and stuff. I honestly would straight up say it. I think it'd be even scarier without the entities. That's just my view on it. I think it's just purely terrifying to be in a place that's so massive and never ending. And you're just wondering, and you'll never find your way back. I mean, it's such a huge place. You're bound to get lost. It's like Hansel and Gretel. If you don't leave your trail of breadcrumbs, you're fucked. So it reminds me so much of that, except even more expansive, even bigger. So that's what's so awesome about the Backrooms. And essentially, the thing that differentiates the Backrooms from any other kind of like maze is that it has very distinct traits. Number one being the carpet. The carpet reeks of moist, wet, old carpet, and it has the sound of the fluorescent buzzing lights, which would drive you nuts after a certain while, which would honestly rack your fucking brain. You're just trying to mosey on through this maze, get through it as quick as possible, and at the same time, you have to hear this fucking never-ending buzzing in your head that has to be fucking with you, and then the carpet, the smell of that fucking wet-ass carpet, it's just, it just kind of sets the scene, and it really, like, whenever I think about the Backrooms, it's not even like I'm just thinking about it, because I can almost smell that fucking wet carpet, and I could hear that buzzing from those fluorescent lights that are all over the fucking ceiling. It's like, it's so surreal. That's why I really, really, really love creepypastas, because it's so much more real than a horror film, in my opinion. And I'm a big fan of horror films, don't get me wrong. If you guys have seen my other videos, you guys know I'm a huge horror fan. But I honestly think creepypastas are some of the scariest things out there. Because like I said, a lot of it has to do with your own imagination. How do you imagine it? How do you view it? And that could be said for a lot of horror films, but I feel like with most horror films they kind of like hand everything to you, and that's how that goes. The back rooms, you got to imagine what happens because you never get the full picture. All we know is that a picture was posted of a room that's yellow and it's got this carpet and the fluorescent lights and everything, and that's all. We have to set the image for everything else, and there's been a lot of creative people out there in the world. One of them is named Kane Pixels. I believe that's the second part of his name. He's awesome. He's done a lot of really cool Backrooms videos, and honestly, I would love to see his videos get made into an actual film. Like, combine all of them together and just slap that shit into theaters, and I guarantee you people would watch it. I'd be there for sure. Because he makes, like, literally theater-quality films. And it would be so awesome to see on the big screen. I hope somebody like Blumhouse or A24 or New Line Cinema or somebody like that gets a hold of him. They get something going on with that dude because he's awesome. And I really hope that something gets made out of those. But either way, I do have to say that out of all the creepypastas, period, the Backrooms is definitely my favorite. It's the creepiest in my opinion. And also, I just got to say it is... part of me really wishes that I could visit the Backrooms at some point. It would just be an interesting experience. I already know you probably won't survive it, but it's like at the same time, it would just be an awesome experience. Maybe that's something that I really wish somebody could make like a haunted house, like a real life haunted house, like the Backrooms. And I also wish we knew where the original picture from the Backrooms came from. Like I know I'm almost kind of like debunking the Backrooms, which I'm not intending to do here. I prefer to imagine that the Backrooms are in fact real, and I do in fact believe they are real. Part of me does believe that it is real. Part of me also believes that it's just a fictional place that somebody made, like doing some kind of crazy computer design, like on their computer or something. But also part of me wants to believe like this is a real fucking place. Like this place actually exists. And because I've actually been in rooms, not exact like the Backrooms, but like even in real life, I've been in a room that was just completely blank. All there was carpet and the lights and everything. It wasn't yellow. It was just plain old, typical fluorescent lights and just regular ass carpet. But there's so many rooms and so many doors that just led to another full room that was just blank and it had nothing in it. It was just carpet and the lights. And then another door led to carpet and lights. And it was not as big, granted, but it was still very similar to this. Especially for being like a real life thing. And I'm sure there are places like this. There's a mall right by where I live now, and they have this long ass hallway that appears to just go on forever. I mean, obviously it has an end at some point, but that also sort of reminds me of the Backrooms, where it just appears like an endless hallway. And like even whenever you walk forever, you're never going to get to the end of it. That's what it looks like. And that's really trippy. But I don't know, man. I'm just really fascinated with the Backrooms and the entities themselves. There's so many. For every level of the Backrooms, yes, there's level like a video game. So each level has a new entity, and they're all after different things. I'm not really familiar with all of them yet. I really only am familiar with a couple of them. I believe one's called the Skin Stealer, from what I've read, and then there's the ones from Kane Pixels videos, which are my favorite, honestly. They're the creepiest. They're kind of like stick figures almost, but they almost look like wires or something like that. I don't know how to describe them, but they're really freaky. But God damn it, I love the Backrooms, man. And I also want to talk about this dream I had. Way before I even knew about the Backrooms, I thought I was dreaming anyways. I can't even honestly tell you if it was a dream or if it was like some kind of like crazy ass vision or something, but I was just sitting on my bed and I looked at the time and it straight up said 5:30 p.m. And all of a sudden, it's like I was transported to another world. Like, all of a sudden, like, I didn't think about anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't get up, didn't move. All I did was look at that clock. Then a second later, I'm in this room that's pale white. Everything's white. Carpet, floors, walls, ceiling, lights. Everything was white. It was like a blaring, glowing white color. And almost like a hospital in a way. And I was just in the middle of it, and I kept walking. There was no sound. There was literally no sound to anything. Even when I started running, it was just silent. It was just fucking emptiness. That's all that was in this place. And I ran through a door, and then this led to this big ass room, and there was nothing in there except for another door. And then that led again to another door, and I guess you can imagine what kept on happening. I just kept going through doors and doors and doors and doors and doors and doors. And it didn't stop. And then eventually I came to, I guess, and it somehow was still 5:30, even though whenever I was having this like experience, I'll call it an experience because I don't know what else to call it. Apparently no time passed in between the time when I had this vision or dream or whatever. No time. It stayed 5:30 somehow, even though the dream or the vision or experience literally felt like it was at least 3 to 4 hours long. I can't explain it. It's not a bullshit story. I am literally telling you a straight fact, and this is before I even knew about anything related to the Backrooms. This is way before any of that shit. This is like a good couple years ago before I ever heard anything about this shit. So, I don't know what to make of that. I don't know why I had that vision or dream or experience, I guess you can call it, because again, I don't even think it fits under the category of a dream or a vision. It just kind of happened. I wasn't sleepy. I wasn't tired. It just came out of absolutely nowhere. I don't know what to call it. But either way, that's my video. That's my video on the Backrooms. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one. All right, stay creepy.